Welcome back, viewers at home. Now, joining me right now is Lyndon and Alexis Johnstone, who are actually fondly referred to as the Jays by the online community for marriage coaching. Married for 4 decades, the couple leans upon their experience of the different stages of marriage, such as the honeymoon phase, parenting, keeping the love alive, and empty nester, to impart knowledge to their community. They have led marriage preparation workshops for over 20 years and have also been coaching young married couples. Now, welcome to INX Prime.
Thank you so much, Maimuna.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity just to talk about our passion.
This is so beautiful to have. It's not always that you see couples working together, building such a good, how can I say this? It's like marriage counseling. It's not easy to do. But can you tell us, before we get to some of the questions that come with marriage counseling, can you give us the definition as to what exactly is marriage counseling? Or rather, marriage coaching?
I was just going to say, it's coaching, right? So there's a difference between coaching and counseling. Coaching is about helping people unlock their potential and unlock growth. So you want individuals to become the best version of themselves. Coaching is about looking forward. And it's acknowledging that the couple, the individuals, have the wisdom inside. It's about asking the right questions and just some guidance, whereas counseling does deep work. It goes back into your past, your history, working with repeated patterns, but we coach individuals.
Oh, wow, that is remarkable. Did you always wanted to do this, or it's something that you saw the need within the community, or what exactly inspired you guys to go into marriage coaching?
I mean, we're very passionate as a couple about transforming the narrative around marriage.
Okay.
As you know, it is a hot topic, but it doesn't get spoken about very often and deeply enough in conversation.
True.
So we're very passionate about that and transforming society through creating healthy couples, because that's where it starts. And we strongly believe that a healthy couple forms a healthy family, leading to a healthy community and a healthy society. Now, it sounds like a cliche, but if you start at the beginning, you can reach the objective of a healthy society, and we have to start in the home. And so what inspired us was that as a young couple in love many, many moons ago,
At university.
and before we got married, we had the privilege of being exposed to marriage preparation classes, and we went through a series of that, and that helped us tremendously to prepare for what was probably the most important journey of our lives as individuals, but also as a couple. And so from our learnings from that, as the hardships came in marriage, which is going to come, it doesn't matter how well prepared you are, there will be tough times, there will be challenges, there will be obstacles, but we could just latch back onto those teachings and use those tools to help us navigate all of those challenges. And so that was really key for us, and that's what inspired us to get involved in what we're doing now.
Absolutely. I have to say, it is quite commendable to see a couple that's been married for like 4 decades. I think we live in a generation where people actually celebrate 2 years and 4 years, because now it's not very seldom to find, or it's not very easy to find couples that are married for over, for instance, 4 decades. That's long. But can you share with viewers at home, is there a healthy ingredient or some ingredient that keeps you guys going, or can keep a marriage going to as many as 4 to 5 decades to come?
That's how we want to change the marriage narrative. But I think we had the privilege, as Lyndon said, of having the elders come alongside us and help us shift our focus from just the wedding to the marriage.
Okay.
So many people focus all their energy, their attention, all their finances on the wedding, which is grand and glorious,
so
but
true.
a little is invested in the marriage. And we learned from the preparation that there needs to be investment in your marriage, not just in your wedding. So for us, the big thing is around not doing marriage by default, but doing marriage by design. What's your purpose for marriage? Why do you want to be together? What's your intention? What are the values that are going to guide you in this relationship? Those are some of the core critical things that have helped us stay married for such a long time and thrive throughout the challenges and hardships and adversity.
And I think
Yeah.
it's important for us as well. We've developed a kind of a mantra in the home, certain things that we hold on to. For example, we say sorry,
Yes.
which you don't find in many families. We hurt each other and we just carry on because we're family after all. But we are intentional about saying sorry. We're intentional about putting God first in our home. We're intentional about showing gratitude.
And laughing a lot.
And laughing, we laugh. We love laughing. We love laughing.
And
I'm
learning
the
new
joker.
things.
Doesn't always get my sense of humor.
I don't.
But we laugh a lot. We have fun. We try and have fun as often as we can, and so that's important. And we just love each other.
Wow.
And so just trying to keep those things alive in your home and making that the things that you hold on to and intentionally do helps you to have a long-lasting and a healthy marriage.
Yeah, this is so beautiful to hear. And I think it gives me a different insight when it comes to marriage. Because, you know, as young generation, we see people get married and divorced. And it's not always that we understand the ingredients that go into it. As you mentioned, it's more of the wedding than the marriage itself.
Yes.
But as a couple that has been doing many workshops and being married for 4 decades, been doing many workshops for over 20 years, can you just share with us some of the, you know, consistent elements that you guys are seeing from the people that you guys are coaching in terms of the couples that you're coaching? What is that challenge that most of them are faced with?
Yeah. So we actually asked our online community that very question because we believe to be relevant, you have to answer the question that your target market has.
Correct.
And that they want answered. So it was key to ask those questions. And the things that came out, things like communication, intimacy, finances. But after about 25 years of coaching, we found that a lot of young people struggle with some of the cultural issues. The family of origin. You come from different families, you have different lived experiences, and they've different values, and they battle to bring those together into their family. And so those are the challenges that they deal with, and we have to address those. We find that people don't know that when you get married, or when you ask your partner to marry you, you ask on the basis of what you know at that particular point in time.
Sure.
It's the what you don't know that you uncover over the next 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, 15, 20 year period. And that's where the challenges come in. And so it's helping people to navigate and to prepare for those. And yes, there will be hardships, there will be challenges. We're not saying marriage is easy if you apply these principles.
No.
So we've addressed some of those issues. We've just launched our first ebook,
Okay, wow.
which addresses some of those topics specifically asked for by our online community. And we talk about intimacy, we talk about a bit about finances, we talk about values, shaping those values. What are those joint values you develop as a couple and as a family? And so if you want that ebook, then go to Instagram, follow Lyndon and Alexis, or email us info@lyndonandalexis.co.za, and we'll gladly send you the link to the ebook. But it's a point of starting the conversation around those very challenges that we want to put out.
I think a key thing is also not being led by your feelings.
Okay.
A lot of people say that they fall in love, right? And when you
Yes.
fall in love, there's all these amazing feelings. There's
Definitely.
romance and roses and bliss. And then in a couple of weeks, you don't feel like you're in love. So we say you have to focus on the commitment.
Yeah.
When you're choosing your partner, it's a commitment to do love together. Feelings come and feelings go, they're transient. But you need to make that commitment. So it's not about the feelings, it's about that decision. It's about that commitment and being clear to work things out. I think something we also learned early on is how to fight fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people have the misconception that healthy marriages don't have conflict. And it's not about that. Healthy marriages do have conflict. It's about how you repair, how you come back together, how you make up, how you resolve the challenges that took you to that conflict in the first place.
Now, there are probably, definitely, viewers at home that are watching who are a couple. And I think, 99% of the time when we look at things like coaching, counseling, it's when we're seeing that there's a problem or recurring problem, that's when we seek help. But is it fair to say that marriage coaching is something that needs to be done even though there isn't much conflict in the marriage? Or is it something that needs to be looked at once you're seeing that, you know what, we're not fighting fair anymore, we're not laughing anymore, we're not feeling the love that we felt when we first got together, which is, I feel, is like the honeymoon phase.
Yes.
Would you say that's true?
I think most people don't seek help. Research shows that people only ask for help after 6 years of conflict and challenges. Imagine how you've built seeds that have now grown into trees of unhappiness and dysfunction. So we're saying prepare for your marriage, first of all. And then, you know, it's about going from good to great. It's about being proactive. It's not about waiting for problems.
Yeah.
That would be our recommendation.
Yeah, absolutely. And you find you study to be a doctor, you study to be a teacher. You don't study how to be a parent. You don't study how to be a spouse. And so we're saying prepare for marriage like you would for your profession. Like you would for any other aspect of your life, prepare for that. Study for it because you want to get better at your job, which means you also want to get better at your marriage. At how do you manage that relationship? How do you be better today than you were yesterday? And it's taking it that one day at a time. So invest in your marriage. Make sure that you're prepared and that you're constantly learning throughout that marriage. Constant learning is really key to growth.
Now, I actually love the parallels you just made, because we always prepare for life in terms of education and, you know, getting jobs and, you know, starting businesses. But, you know, now seeing that with marriage, you also have to prepare. It's not something that comes platonic without any investment to it. But can you say in that, you know, when one actually educates themselves, is there a thing of the spirituality element does play an important role with that? Or it's something that I think that's debatable? If you can just share your insight with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. So some of the stuff that we touch on would be, and the spirituality would form part of intimacy.
Okay.
As well. So spiritual intimacy is a really key ingredient component of your relationship. And so just understanding, sharing values, understanding purpose, being on the same path, being grounded in your faith, whichever faith that is, being grounded in that, and using that as the building block and the foundation for your marriage. You know, Lex was saying earlier, people wait till after 6 years to ask for help. The divorce statistics in our country is shocking. The latest stats say that an increase year on year, 14% in divorce filings, year on year increase in divorces, right? 60% of those kids under the age of 18 are impacted by those divorces, destroying, creating dysfunctional families and dysfunctional communities in the process. Okay, so we need to change that. We need to change that trend. And the only way you can change the trend is your friend, right? So you know what you're dealing with. So when you know the trend, you can put solutions in place to reverse that. And what we are trying to do is to reverse that trend and create that healthy society.
Now, as a couple that advocates for other couples, you know, coming together and, you know, being social and just networking amongst each other, can you just elaborate to us why is it so important? Because, you know, usually when you go for like marriage coaching, people will think only the couple that are married to each other need to see the coach or whatever the case may be. But now to play a role of advocating for them to just interact amongst other couples, I'd like to hear the insight as to where is this going? What's the idea behind this?
So connection is absolutely important. And I mean, COVID robbed us of all forms of connection, right? So what we want to get going is just inviting couples into a safe space where they can have conversation with different couples and explore different topics and get to know people and get to have meaningful conversations. So we have a breakfast connect or a coffee connect scheduled for June, for Saturday morning, and then for July, a sundowners. And I mean, there's going to be mocktails as well. I don't do alcohol. So just sundowners where you can just in a fun, lighthearted, creative way come and meet couples and have meaningful conversations.
And I think also understand through that you're not alone. What you're going through, other people are going through as well. And it's not just you. So you're not unique in that sense.
Yeah.
But it gives you hope that if other couples are also going through, you have places other than coaches. You have places where you can connect and help and learn from one another.
Now, being marriage coaches, I always say, if you're a therapist, who then helps you? But then if you guys are a marriage coach, who helps you guys when you're feeling like, okay, we don't have it all figured out, we need a mediator, or amongst other things, who then assists you guys, or who helps you guys recharge your marriage?
So we have elders who support us. We have really close friends as well who can just call us out and remind us about our accountability and commitment. And we are committed to learning. I mean, I'm a voracious reader. I always say I can walk out of a shoe shop without shoes, but I can't walk out of a bookshop without books. So just constantly learning and growing. We follow other couples as well. So we're constantly learning.
That is beautiful.
And it's really key to have couples that hold you accountable. So having accountability partners that can call you out with no judgment, non-judgmental environment. So we have really close friends like that can say to us, guys, watch that. You're on the wrong path here. Have you thought about this? So for any couple, we advise that find a couple that has been married for many years, that have raised children successfully.
Yes.
Okay.
Not somebody who's been married 5 years coming to give you advice. They haven't lived life yet. So find somebody who's been married for decades or for a long time, raised children successfully that can speak into your life.
Yeah.
And that can hold you accountable for your actions.
I want to just touch on that success part. How does then one, assess that a marriage couple has successfully raised their children? Because it's obviously what you see is not always what you get. In terms of you seeing the children are in like probably doctor, nurse, whatever career choice they go into. But it's not a very fruitful way to say, okay, they have raised their kids successfully. But in your experience and your expertise, can you just share with us, how does one then nitpick to say, this couple is good for me to associate myself with so that I am able to be called out by them as much as I will probably reciprocate that? How does one do that? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No. We expect curveballs, so it's fine.
I think your definition of success is important. So for me, if you're thriving as a couple, but also if you're thriving as a family, you are working things out. You're happy to be part of that family. And also you're happy to be contributing citizens of society, right?
True.
I can be a doctor and be vastly unhappy about that. So am I happy? Am I feeling fulfilled? Do I have a sense of meaning and purpose? So those for me would be some of the indicators of success.
Yeah.
Do your children want to spend time with you
Yes, that's a big
as a
thing.
couple? Do they want to come over for Sunday lunch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do they want to go out with it? Do they want to be seen out in the mall with their parents?
Yes. I always talk about giving your children the gift of not being needed.
Yeah.
So if they don't need you, but they want to spend time with you, that for us is
It's a healthy
success.
family.
Yeah, that was a very insightful way of seeing things, because it's like, nobody actually asks that. We've never even heard somebody say something like this, are your kids spending time with you? Because it's always you hear parents saying, no, my child is busy. But I think the important question is, do they want to spend time with you? Because there's no need, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there a way that viewers at home can actually connect with you guys? Because you guys have dropped pearls of wisdom and inspiration that has people feeling like, you know what? I have a different view of marriage coaching. I have a different view into marriage. I have a different view in terms of raising family.
Yeah.
Where can viewers at home connect with you in terms of get in touch with you, especially with regards to the upcoming events?
Okay, so the first thing is people must be prepared to ask for help.
Okay.
You must want to be better. Okay, that's the first thing. Where they can connect with us on Instagram currently at Lyndon and Alexis. They can DM us on there as well if they want our ebook. So everybody who starts following us will get a link to the ebook as well.
Oh, wow.
So they can start their journey. And then we'll be starting our YouTube channel pretty soon. We already recorded some videos for that. So the YouTube channel will start soon as well. And then info@lyndonalexis.co.za. They can email us and we will connect with them through that. And then just watch our Instagram. We put out the posters for the events and etc. And then platforms like yours.
Yes.
So from our side, thank you for being forward thinking in allowing us to share what we came to share with you today. And it means that you too are building into people's relationships and marriages by giving people like us a platform to speak. So thank you for that.
Pleasure is all ours. But just the words of closing you'd like to share with viewers at home. It could be something to motivate, something to just, thought-provoking, as much, whatever you'd like to share, just in closing.
There you go,
I
Fred.
think life is short, it's unpredictable, there are no guarantees, so have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Enjoy doing marriage, enjoy your relationships. It's easy to get busy, busy. So make time to just have fun doing things together.
Yeah.
Mr. Lyndon?
Absolutely. I mean, it's laugh. Just laugh, And a really key thing around intimacy is make your bedroom your sacred place. Never fight in your bedroom. That's your sacred place.
Or don't do work there.
Or don't work there either. Make that your sacred place.
Wow.
Because that is what is going to enhance the intimacy in your relationship as well.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, I wouldn't say I pronounce your husband and wife, but thank you so much for joining us this evening and just imparting beautiful, words that I think a lot of times we're not so privy to. And as well as, parents, I have to say, they tend to hide their hardships in fear that, my kids will look will reflect bad onto them in terms of how marriage is supposed to be. But you guys, people like you guys, our marriage coaches and marriage counselors are people that actually give hope to the hopeless. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having us.
Thank you.
Viewers at home, that was Lyndon and Alexis Johnstone sharing in some of the pearls that come with marriage and acknowledging the fact that, yes, it does not come with not having challenges. So embrace those challenges and know that you should seek help, as they mentioned earlier on. That's where we leave it for now. Thank you for joining us. See you after this ad break.